Congratulations on a great afternoon's work for you personally and the team. That must feel like a really big 3 points.
Yeah, for sure. We knew it was going to be difficult, to get back to winning ways after our recent form. So, of course, a tough game, and happy that we win, first of all, and happy to be on the score sheet as well.
Yeah, take us through that first half. Was it a case of feeling your way through it, picking your moments, and really being patient for that opportunity when it would come?
Yeah, I think when you're going through tough times as a team, it's about fighting your way through to a victory, which it was today. We had to. It was not always beautiful, but we knew we had to get a goal and then defend our goal. Yeah, of course. I'm aware that it's been a long time coming, and I've been trying to get back to my best form, and I'm still on the way, but I'm happy to have that goal.
Is it something that has been weighing on you, and do you feel almost a release now that could be you up and running, that you have one on the board?
I think it's a mix. Of course, the most important, the best feeling today is that we win the game. That's the best way to get a good spirit within the group, and that's helpful for the individual as well. But yeah, of course, I'm a striker, so scoring goals will always help me.
How much belief do you think as a side then you can take from this, and what does it do for the direction of travel now for this team in a big week?
Yeah, I think we have to use this win in a good way, but also be humble, because we've had a tough time. So one win doesn't necessarily mean that we're back. We have to stay focused and keep working hard to keep this momentum.
All right, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the club.
Yes, a big moment for him, and he'd had a couple of chances first half. One he should have done better with a half chance, but there was a good save as well from a goalkeeper in there. But Wirtz is involved, he doesn't get the assist, but really clever pass on the edge of the box here into Gakpo, who, to be fair, probably just tries to find and put the ball into an area. But Isak does really well, finds space in the box. That is not easy, to find space in the box with so many numbers there. You see West Ham, I think they've probably got almost everybody back behind the ball. And we've just got Isak there circled, just drops off the defenders there, and it's a lovely cushioned finish. It's just one of them, as it just bounces just before him, he just gets a really good contact, Connor.
Yeah, the spin of the ball, the way he takes the spin of the ball into the goal, and we mentioned before, it was like a punch way in it, so as he punches the ball, the spin just takes it into the goal, and it's a brilliant finish. But I liked his movement before it, and I'm not a striker, but as a centre-back, looking at West Ham centre-back, you have to go back into the zone to then find your way and defend the box. So him pulling out just gives him that little bit of space that he had to obviously finish it into the corner.
OK, let's hear what he's done for him.
Yeah, it is. And what hasn't helped him, really, is probably the form of Ekitike as well. He was almost supposed to be the backup striker. Isak's supposed to be the number one. That was the case today. But it'd be really interesting, cutting the couple of games again this week, what the manager does, because I don't really feel that Ekitike deserves to be on the bench, really. But when you've got 3 games in a week, you can justify that in some ways. But I think for him and Wirtz today, that was a big moment. His first Premier League goal. But Florian Wirtz coming in and putting in a performance where he looked head and shoulders above everybody else on the pitch. And when you pay that type of money for both of those players, that's what it should look like.
So we're definitely looking at him on extra time.
We will be. Let's look at the both of them.
Right. We'll look at both of them on there. Look, West Ham were down to 10, and there was still a little bit of a nervousness about Liverpool, you would say. West Ham had a couple of half chances, so it was important to close it out.
Oh, there was. But that comes with confidence, chappers. That comes with being on the run Liverpool have been on the run where they've conceded a few goals, and that's what comes. But they needed this goal. They needed it. We mentioned Cody Gakpo throughout the game, and we know him, and what we know of him is scoring goals. That's what he brings, that's what he does. And it's a great finish. Obviously, Joe Gomez puts it into the box, and it's just a little bit of a hopeful ball into the box, isn't it? First time, and it's a great touch from Gakpo. Mavropanos obviously misjudged it. Great touch and swivel and volley into the goal. It's a brilliant finish. And Liverpool needed that at that spell in the game, because there was just a little bit of a nervous energy around the place at the minute.
Actually, it's fine margins, isn't it? Because if Mavropanos had got his head on that, all of a sudden there could have been a counter the other way. I know it's all ifs and buts.
Yeah, but it was interesting watching the end of the game. And you could see the nervousness in them because they haven't won for so long. It was a pressure game they had to get something from. And actually, in those last few minutes, West Ham were actually keeping the ball and playing, and they had a man less. And that just comes from a real fear. We've both been there as players, that real fear. We're thinking everyone's terrified to make a mistake. Everybody's terrified to get on the ball in case they lose it or step out of position. So I think confidence-wise, Connor's right. I think that'll do Liverpool the world of good going into the next couple of games again, which are 2 fixtures that they should win.
They play Sunderland next at Anfield, one of 10 games during the week, and you can see...
It took him 6 games and 10 shots, but Alexander Isak finally has a Premier League goal for Liverpool. Is it fair to say, Mo, then, that the overwhelming feeling, both for Isak scoring and Liverpool getting back to winning ways, is relief?
Almost perfect day, wasn't it? No injuries. Isak scoring, which is huge. He's been in for a lot of criticism lately, and of course a clean sheet as well with all their problems at the back. So, I mean, it was almost the perfect result, nearly perfect performance. I mean, they weren't at their absolute amazing best, but they were solid enough. They 100% deserved to win the game. They controlled it throughout, and yeah, and all that without Mo Salah as well. It'll be interesting to see if he gets a look in next game now.
Well, let's take a look at Isak's goal, the one that opened the scoring for Liverpool then. Owen.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Liverpool dominated. I thought Florian Wirtz was fantastic. I thought Szoboszlai played great. I love this little ball from Wirtz around the corner. Great turn from Gakpo. And a fabulous finish, Mo. What? Talk me through that.
That reminds me of the goal he scored for Newcastle in the cup final against Liverpool. I mean, this is not, let me tell you, an easy finish. When the ball just bounces up, and to punch it low like that, to keep it down with pace, bang into the bottom corner. That is class. Look at this for a finish. Boom.
How's that?
I mean, right into the corner. That is so much more difficult than he made it look. Brilliant finish.
Yeah, cool as ice as well. What did you make of this, though? Because Lucas Paquet just back from suspension and then gets sent off as well. Let's show you what happened, because there was a yellow card and then another one shortly after.
Well, that's a foul, obviously, you know, from Fulkrug there. And then he has a little moan up, puts his arms up, gets a yellow for that. I can kind of understand, but he's obviously frustrated. The problem is, look, I mean, if you're going to be in the rest phase for a minute, anybody moaning for 5 seconds is annoying. Never mind doing it for a minute. So, in the end, the refs are, mate, I've had enough. It's Christmas, you know. Be nice to people and send him on.
It's Christmas.
Well, soon. You've got to be in the Christmas cheer. You can't be moaning it.
No, exactly. I think that's correct. I mean, we've got a game coming up in about 15 minutes, so we can't focus on it all. But that lasted for over a minute. He was in the referee's face. I actually questioned some of his teammates. I questioned Paquet, but I questioned some of his teammates. They had to pull him away.
That's a good point.
He went for a 4th time, and the referee finally had enough, and I don't blame him. If you see it in its entirety, I don't think many people will blame the referee.
Well, since you've reminded us we're on a time limit, let's get to the second goal, shall we? Because another great finish here from Cody Gakpo to secure the 3 points for Liverpool.
Yes. Again, a little bit of a bitty build-up, let's say. The ball just bobbling around a bit. I thought Joe Gomez was very good today. You know, did exactly what he needed to do, shored up that defence. We all know he's not amazing going forward, but he gets a nice little assist, which is cool. Defensively, West Ham will be disappointed. They committed there, but lovely touch and bang. 2-0 finished the game in injury time.
I thought Joe Gomez was class. I thought Szoboszlai was probably the best player on the pitch, Wirtz second, but I thought Joe Gomez shored up that right-back position, which is an issue. We said before the game, defend well, keep a clean sheet, and you'll be fine. And Liverpool were in control. And are they back in the mix? You know, are they only 2 points off?
Yeah.
2 points off second?
I do think Liverpool, for many, many years, they've been about outscoring teams, but I think for the first time in a long time, a clean sheet today will be on the top of Arne Slot's agenda before the game, closely followed by Isak getting off the mark as well. So I think those two things are huge positives for Liverpool.
As you mentioned, a near-perfect day for Liverpool. Here is their manager, Arne Slot.
Well, Arne, is that relief, pride? How do you sum up your emotions after that one?
No, to a certain extent, definitely a relief. If we've lost so many times, then winning is important. At least getting a result, and if you keep a clean sheet, you have a chance of a win. You have definitely a result, but because we scored 2, we had a win.
What do you think was key? I suppose particularly in that first half, where you look at some of the early goals that you've conceded recently. What perhaps made you more stable this afternoon?
That we hardly conceded a chance, and that one chance they had didn't go in. And I think that chance was just before the final whistle. And in the meantime, I think we were able to create our chances again, as we've done throughout the past few weeks as well. But we gave away in other games much more than we did today, and that was, of course, from our side, much better.
And is that shape? Is it tactical? Is it belief? A mix of all three?
It helps if you don't go 1-0 down after 5 minutes, because then you have to change the game and you are more open. And now we could control the game more, especially after going 1-0 up. The only moment when I saw when I saw my team had a bad run of results was, I think, the last 5 minutes when they went down to 10 men. I didn't saw a team. I saw a team that was surviving, but surviving in a good way, because they threw themselves in front of crosses, won their headers inside our box. But normally, if you're in a better run of form, the other team goes down to 10. You're able to outplay it a little bit better, but no time to criticize the game. I think we've played the game I wanted us to play. Hardly conceded anything and scoring 2 goals.
It's interesting what you say there. I did wonder the lack of celebrations maybe around the second goal as well. Was that reflective of a side that has been through a lot recently?
The lack of...
quite muted celebrations, we noticed, from yourself and from the team as well.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe they had to put a lot of effort in, or I don't know why it was. I think what I did saw was that it meant a lot to the players, and it meant a lot to our fans as well, because they had to travel a long way to come over here to support a team that's performing and having very poor results lately. But they were there for the team from start to finish, so that was, and I think they were, as we, very happy with the 2-0 when we scored that one.
Does it feel like a significant goal for Alexander Isak?
Yeah, I think it does, yeah. He was already twice, or maybe 3 times, quite close to scoring his first today, but also in other games, but definitely also today. And no, I don't think I was planning to give him many more minutes, because I saw him standing with his hand on his knees 1 or 2 times just before he scored. But that's why I think it was important for him and for us as a team that he scored that goal today.
What does this result do then for the difficult period that you have been in and going forward in a busy week, which you can now try and build on?
Yeah, it's a first step, although we know on Wednesday we face Sunderland again. We are a very strong team, played yesterday. So it's a very busy schedule for everyone. Good team, but it's a good first step for us that at least we won the game and had a clean sheet, and that's, I think, the way to move forward. But no guarantees for Wednesday. I hope, just like the away fans, the home fans will be just as supportive for us from start to finish on Wednesday, which we can expect, because they're always like this. And hopefully the players can bring in the same performance as today.
All right, thanks for your time today.
You're welcome.
Liverpool's first away win in the Premier League since September has seen them move up to 8th. They are 21 points now, just 2 points behind Chelsea, who are involved in that humdinger. The last one still to come in match week 13 to bring us home. It's Chelsea versus Arsenal. For that one, though, I think we've done quite enough for the day. We're going to be heading off. So from myself and the Owens alongside me, we say
into that match with those 9 defeats out of their last 12. But they've gone to West Ham. They've calmed everybody down, and they got the job done. They went a little bit more back to basics. They dropped Mo Salah. What did you think of it?
Absolutely perfect. I mean, it was scrappy, it wasn't pretty, it was ugly at times, but that's exactly what you need when you're not going well. Think about clean sheets. They got their clean sheet. Gomez played defenders, more of a natural defender. You changed the right side of the team with Mo Salah coming out, and it was what you'd wanted. And fair play to the manager for make those changes, to compromise a little bit as an attacking play to be stronger defensively, and to keep playing Alexander Isak. You know, people like us might say, well, Ekitike should play really, but you want to play him into form, and maybe that's the start of it now.
Yeah, I just sense, Bex, that the Real Madrid win in the Champions League was probably the best result they've had. 2-0 away to West Ham's the most important. Based on what they've come in, the form that this team are in, just needing a foothold. As you say, a 2-0 win gives them a platform. Isak's got his goal, he's off and running now, and maybe a little bit of the pressure will fall off the team and the players.
Quick line for Aston Villa, up to 3rd in the Premier League.
Well, it's an amazing run since that awful start that they had. They were 19th after 5 games or something, or something crazy. So it just shows you what a good manager can do and turn the team around. There's a few others, Rebecca, would like to have that kind of run.
Yeah, they maybe had that hangover, didn't they, from the end of last season when they missed out on qualifying for the Champions League. They said the players that did have an